Suppose you have 3 billion USD to invest, with the condition that within 1 week you must repay the entire principal. How would you achieve the highest possible profit? I'll tell you one way. First, you deposit the 3 billion USD in a bank as a 12-month fixed-term savings deposit. Then, you use that 1-year savings passbook as collateral to take out a regular loan. You can borrow up to 85% of the value of the savings deposit. That means you can borrow 2.55 billion USD. You use that 2.55 billion USD to buy a house and pay 100% in cash. At this point, what do you have? You have a 3 billion USD savings deposit at the bank and a fully paid house worth 2.55 billion USD. Next, you take this house to another bank and use it as collateral for a loan. You can borrow up to 70%, which is 1.785 billion USD. You use this 1.785 billion USD as a down payment to buy property in the usual way. The down payment is 30%. With that amount, you can purchase real estate worth around 6 billion USD, one or several properties, depending on your choice. After completing all these steps, look at what you have in hand: a 3 billion USD bank savings deposit, real estate worth 2.55 billion USD, and another property worth about 6 billion USD. Within 7 days, you must repay the original 3 billion USD. So how do you get the money to repay it? You can sell the house worth 2.55 billion USD at cost to recover 2.55 billion USD in cash. What about the remaining 450 million USD? You can pawn part of the 6 billion USD property at a small finance company and borrow 450 million USD. That's enough. Now you have 3 billion USD in cash to repay the principal, and you'll be surprised to realize that you still have a 3 billion USD savings deposit, 6 billion USD in real estate, a bank debt of 2.55 billion USD, another bank debt of 1.785 billion USD, and a debt of 450 million USD to a small finance company. Your total debt is now 4.785 billion USD. The total value of your assets is 9 billion USD. 9 billion minus 4.785 billion means you've made a profit of more than 1.2 billion USD. If you put money and a bone in front of a dog, it will choose the bone, because it doesn't know that money can buy a whole pile of bones. It's the same with foolish investors. They see others doing something and blindly follow. Today they buy this, tomorrow they switch to something else. In the end, they just go in circles and gain nothing. A smart person only does 3 simple things. If right now you're in debt, have no money, no assets, don't know where to start, and feel stressed and hopeless every day, what should you do? In 1 year, you can earn billions, clear all your debts, and truly become wealthy. I once helped a friend who was 2 billion DNV in debt turned his life around and fully repaid his debts 2 years ago. He earned only 6 million USD per month but owed many everywhere. Each month he couldn't even afford the installments. One credit card turned into 20, and a few hundred million in debt ballooned into several billion. Eventually, his savings ran out, and he could no longer make installments or even minimum payments. Bad debt piled up, and only at rock bottom did he come to ask me what to do. And I told him just one secret: you don't need to force yourself to save, and you don't need to invest in stocks or funds. Even if you spend your entire monthly salary or are stuck with credit card debt, you can still earn billions before the end of the year. I advise you, even if you have to stay up all night, to read this book cover to cover, The Laws of Money. This book compiles almost every money-saving method you've ever heard of and guides you step by step, so you can live off interest income without needing a fixed job. When you finish reading it, you'll get goosebumps as you discover there are so many ways to save and become wealthy. It will improve your financial knowledge, broaden your perspective, and noticeably thicken your wallet. If you want to start saving, buy and read this book thoroughly, because the methods in this can truly turn you into a wealthy person. Someone once told me that since he started following the methods in the book, in less than half a year he saved more than 6 billion USD, enough to buy another car. Truly miraculous. The only regret is discovering this book too late. As long as you understand the mindset of saving and how to create passive income, cash flow will keep coming in non-stop, and saving billions, even tens of billions, will become easy. And if you're in debt, don't keep digging one hole to fill another. Don't live an overly miserable life, and don't rush to use your salary to repay debt the moment you receive it. Even if you have to stay late, learn all 100 ways to save money and create wealth for yourself. By the end of this year, you could be driving a luxury car and buying the home of your dreams.